love, love, love till I hear the breath of the Spirit flowing in me.
Hello and welcome to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. Our guest is Fr Eugene Ashkar, and we'll be discussing Our Lady Queen of Peace's message from Medjugorje, a little village in Bosnia-Herzegovina, from the 2nd of January 2020. Welcome to the program, Father.
Thanks for inviting me.
And we might recap about what Medjugorje is about. Our Lady started appearing to these children in Medjugorje, a little village in Bosnia-Herzegovina, in June the 24th was her first apparition in 1981, and still is today.
Still going,
Yeah,
yes.
it's still amazing, isn't it? Anyway, this is what she said to everybody. Dear children, I know that I am present in your lives and in your hearts. I feel your love. I hear your prayers and direct them to my Son. But, my children, according to motherly love, I desire to be in the lives of all of my children. I desire to gather all of my children around me, beneath my motherly mantle. This is why I am inviting you and calling you, apostles of my love, to help me. My children, my Son pronounced the words of the Our Father. Our Father, you who are everywhere and in our hearts. He desires to teach you to pray the words and feelings, to pray with words and feelings, sorry. He desires for you to always be better, to live merciful love, which is prayer, and limitless sacrifice to others. That was the message. Thank you, Our Lady says at the end. Usually it's not written there, but usually every message she says thank you at the end.
Oh, yes.
So we'll start with the first sentence. Our Lady said, Dear children, I know that I am present in your lives and in your hearts. So we'll start with that. So she knows that she's present with us, so we should be able to believe that as well.
Yes, yeah. First up, she's speaking to, what we say, like the converted, right? To those who are listening to her.
Yeah.
So she's encouraging them because to follow Christ is always to carry a cross, and people are at different stages in that.
Yeah.
You know, even Jesus, when he was up on the cross, he said, my God, why have you abandoned me? So he felt alone, but God never left him. It was just that sense. So Our Lady, I think, is trying to encourage them and say, yes, we will all go through difficult times, but know that you will never be alone. Yeah. I will be with you, and I am with you there. Yeah. So I think it starts off with this encouragement that she's with us, but she's in the very heart of us, in our hearts as well. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I feel your love, I hear your prayers and direct them to my Son. But my children, according to motherly love, I desire to be in the lives of all of my children. So she hears our prayers, she directs them to Jesus, but she wants to encourage us to encourage others to also believe. She wants to be in the lives, or pray for others. She wants us to be in the lives. She wants to be in the lives of all of her children.
Yeah, it's like I think any mum. All right. Well, not any mum, but in some families you'll always have like the black sheep. All right. And she says, no, I don't just want to stick with the ones that are doing exactly what I want. I don't want to just have my favourites. All right? And that's like Jesus when in his ministry, isn't it? He described like his favourites were the outcasts, the sick, those that needed him the most. But when we start looking at it as a mother, a mother doesn't want any of her children alienated. Right? She loves them all. And it's one of those things, love, when divided, multiplies. Because it multiplies out so that they never say that I love this one more than that one. So they all love you differently, but I love you all. And I think this is sort of what she's saying in this thing here. According to my motherly love, right, I desire to be in the lives of all my children, right? Whether they're already active in it or whether they're distant, and we need to draw them closer and closer in, that they can experience this motherly love. And I think in this society too, it's very particular, very, very important too, because society is becoming so disrupted that a lot of children don't experience motherly love because the mother's busy having to, broken families, she's having to be dad and mum, she's having to work, so the kids become latchkey. And
what's latchkey?
Latchkey means they have a key to the house because when they come home, neither mum nor dad is at home. So they get home and they have to open up, get in themselves and make their own snack and then get their homework done till the parents arrive home. And it's very hard to have that constant parental presence with the children. And so I think Our Lady says, I want you to all experience what motherly love is. And I want all my children, no matter whether you're wayward or whether you're right here, I want you all to realise you are my children and I love you all according to motherly love. So sometimes it's good on you, and other times it's go behave yourself, you know.
That's beautiful, Our Lady said, according to Mother, I desire to gather all of my children around me beneath my motherly mantle. So it's a similar thing, it's the same sort of thing. She wants us all under her care and her love.
Like the mother hen. You know, come in under my wings and I will protect you and I will shelter you and I will take all, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, as they say. They can come to me. I'm here to protect you. Come in under my mantle. Be sheltered from the burning of the day. Be sheltered from the frosts and the cold people around you and things like that. Just know that I'm with you.
That's beautiful. We've got to go to a break now, Father. You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly. Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich and our guest is Father Eugene Ashkar. Welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you.
And we'll continue with Our Lady's message from January the 2nd, 2020. And Our Lady continued to say, this is why I am inviting you and calling you apostles of my love to help me.
Yeah, look, it's a double whammy, isn't there? Because you're being invited. But then you're being called, so that it's a something of an urgency then. Right? Oh, yes, you're invited to come. Please come. So it's yes, you're invited but then it's a call. I need you to come, to cooperate with me, to help me in this. To be apostles are ones who are sent out. Right, a disciple is one who follows. An apostle is one who is sent.
Right.
So this is apostles of my love. I want to send you out as these reminders of the love. A number of families that I've known have been in this where it says that to help me, she says, where it's been so embarrassing for a particular member of the family, they don't know how to face their parents. Or they don't know how to face certain siblings. Because
the siblings all believe, but they don't?
No, well, just whatever the situation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that they can't face them and things like that. And so in a way, they break contact with the family.
Yeah.
But then other members of the family go, oh no, we can't have that. So they just keep turning up wherever they keep hiding. Right? So they move to this flat, or they move to that flat. One of the siblings finds them, moves to that flat, moves and drops in. And this person can't get away from the family. But this connection is always being maintained until eventually, right, more and more siblings start turning up and things like that. And eventually, you should come home, come for tea, come back to mum and dad's for dinner, or things like that. And these siblings become the instrument of bringing back the lost one.
Yeah.
All right. And this is what I think we need to be too. That to be these helpers of Our Lady, to be able to be the ones who will have this initial contact, and to be the ones who will just, no matter how these people move, we will, here we are. God loves you. That's the thing. Doesn't mean we're banging on their door every weekend or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you about Jesus, but we want them to have that experience about it, and then perhaps even in conversation, talk about in a roundabout way to sort of let them know that some experience that we've had or that we know of, where this person had this idea that they couldn't come back in, or they couldn't get in, or there's this problem there, and we give an account of how this is possible, which then gives them the idea that I can too.
Yeah.
And so we become that instrument of love, the apostles of love. Our Lady has sent us out to bring in those who don't feel confident to come in, or don't have the desire to come in, or whatever it is like that. But it will be through us that they will experience this love that Our Lady and our Lord has for them, and that will be their avenue to be able to come back in. I don't know how many times, if you read the lives of converts and other different people, ones who've been away from the faith, that when this journey starts to come back, they want to have someone with them who will guide them and who will be just with them and lead them in this particular path. That's what Our Lady's asking us to do, to be that companion that she has sent out, that entices them to come in and to either make that communication or renew it again, restore their relationship with God.
Yeah. Big job.
It is a big job. But
especially people who, difficult.
But look what Paul says, it's in my weakness that I am strong.
Yeah.
Right? We all tend to think, I couldn't do that. Who says it's you that's doing it?
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
We've got all of this grace, we've got God, and these things there. Paul says, don't worry about what you're going to say. When the time comes, I will give you what to say. And you may have no idea what an impact what you say will have on that person. You think it's totally unrelated. But it was the very thing that God knew that person needed to hear to remove some obstacle or to be able to move on.
Yeah, I guess that's how I heard. I remember I went to someone's house. It was like an afternoon tea. It was in another Catholic group, and one lady had been to Medjugorje, and she was so on fire about it, just talking about it, and I was just listening to her. That was one. I've had it come to me a few times before I knew about it, really knew about it. And, if it wasn't for that, and if it wasn't for this other person bringing the Mary's message to another function many years ago, I wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah, or have any insight into how this can change you, how this can help you.
Yeah, beautiful. And
like this show.
Yeah, in this show, hopefully people were coming back to God and Mary and Jesus through this. Our Lady also said, my children, my son pronounced the words of the Our Father. I'll read it again. My children, my son pronounced the words of the Our Father. Our Father, you who are everywhere and in our hearts, because he desires to teach you to pray with words and feelings. I think so we're also connected to what we pray, not just rattling off things, but words and feel what we're saying, and just rattle off our Father, but just really feel the words.
I think some people too have that terrible misunderstanding that, you know, it's an intention and it's directing, focused and that sort of thing like that. That if we start bringing feelings into this, well, you know, are we really praying, or are we just... You know, they feel that feelings and prayer can't be reconciled. But it's a thrill, because when I looked at that, that's amazing. The you in that is added. All right?
Yep. We'll have to continue on this
Well,
one.
yes, yeah, okay.
We've got to go to a break. You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly.
Go till I hear the breath of the Spirit flowing in me. Blow, blow, go till I hear the breath of the Spirit flowing in me.
Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich and our guest is Fr Eugene Ashkar, and we're discussing Our Lady Queen of Peace's message from January the 2nd, 2020. Welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you very much.
And before we went to the break, I'll just reread the message Our Lady said. Our Lady said, "My children, my son pronounced the words of the Our Father. Our Father, you who are everywhere and in our hearts, because he desires to teach you to pray with words and feelings. He desires for you to always be better." But we'll stop with that. You were continuing, you were talking about you.
Well, it was a bit exciting because I thought, you know, here in this text they've inserted the word you,
Yeah,
all right,
yes, yeah.
in the thing there to try to go.
To explain it.
But when you don't read it with that,
Yeah.
what you get is, "Our Father who are everywhere and in our hearts." It's the prayer.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, it's the Our Father,
Yeah.
in a slight variation of
Yeah.
of the, because we're saying Our Father who art in heaven,
Yeah.
right? You know, your name be heard, but that's even condensed it down. It's Our Father who are everywhere and in our hearts.
Yeah.
It is a prayer.
Yeah.
What she is saying.
Yeah.
That you know, my son pronounced the words of the Our Father, and this is the message. You know, Our Father who are everywhere and in our hearts. And I think it's
Beautiful.
a great little one to pray, rather than worrying about all the different elements of the other Our Father, but to realise you're everywhere and you are in my heart. And I think that's an embrace of love of God.
Love that line.
And so he says, yeah, because he desires to teach you to pray with words and feelings. He wants you to feel what you are praying.
Yeah.
One of the things I find very difficult to convey to people, either like in the confessional or when talking to them, is to say, you know, if you're not happy, come in and tell the Lord you're not happy. If you are happy, come in and tell him you are happy. Right? If you're saying, Lord, you know, this is too much, this is a burden, right? Then tell it to him. I mean, he walked the earth. He himself even heard when he used his feelings, how long do I have to be with you before you get it through your skulls, you know, as to what we're supposed to be doing. I mean, he spoke with feeling.
Yeah.
Right? And they in turn spoke to him with feeling. So we've got Jairus' daughter. You know, oh Lord, you know, if you'll come and save my daughter, and they come out and they say, oh, you know, that the daughter's already died. Well, of course the parents are going to be very upset. But Jesus said, don't worry, it'll be right. But they came, you know, with this, that they were praying with feelings. Peter, Lord, help me, I'm sinking. When we're walking on the things there.
Yeah.
When he comes down from the mountain of the Transfiguration. And he says, oh, because you don't believe. And the father says about his child that keeps throwing himself in the fire, Lord, I do believe. Help my unbelief. You know, there's the Bible is full of people praying with emotion, with their feelings, because it's so genuine to the human condition. God gave us these feelings. God gave us these emotions. And so it's not just a case of going through formal words and prayers, but to seriously take on the feelings that come with it. Father, who are everywhere and in my heart. And when you think about these words, you realize, how loving is that Father? Now, he could be anywhere, but he has chosen to be in my heart. So there are so many occasions. I jotted down about 10, just that came off the top of my head when I was looking at that, for the different examples where just in the Gospels, in the Acts of the Apostles, when the young fella fell out the window and Paul talked and talked and talked, and the bloke fell asleep and fell out the window, fell to his death out in the street. And they all pleaded, for him, and he brought him back to life. And Tabitha, this lady that had died, and they came from another village to bring Paul, pleading and saying, look what a wonderful person she was, all the things she made, right? And they were in tears. So much can be done. So much can be done with prayer that has feelings in it.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's a good reminder. And then Our Lady said, He, speaking of our Father, desires for you to always be better, to live merciful love, which is prayer and limitless sacrifice for others. Live merciful love, which is prayer. That's beautiful. Live merciful love, which is prayer and limitless sacrifice for others.
Yeah, how many times do we encounter people that go to great lengths to do all sorts of wonderful things? The question is, what is their motivation? What drives them to do this? Is it fame? Is it fortune? Is it just their dislike for society, for the because of its cold-heartedness, etc., like that? And that's where our motivation is purified and intensified with prayer, and then you get other people who do all these different things, and who eventually come to the point of going, why should I do this for any of them? Why should I suffer for them when all they do is cause me the suffering? Why should I sacrifice for them when they just cause me? Well, with prayer, we come into the mind and the heart of God, and we get a joy in the fact that it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about God, right? And what joy do I get? They can insult me all they like, but I'm doing it for God, not for them. They're worried about what's in it for them.
Yeah. Right? So it's all for God. We have to finish the program now. Thank you so much.
Such a short time.
Thanks so much for coming on the program, Father. That was wonderful.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. You've been watching Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich, and our guest was Fr Eugene Ashkar. And may God bless you, keep you happy, healthy and safe. Bye for now.